There had to be a better way, is what I kept thinking. It started about 10 years ago whenever I was starting to go to nursing school, and I had to go get my BLS and ACLS. And you go to class, you do your training, you pass your test, and then the next time I did it again was in clinicals about 2 years later. It was straight out of a Grey's Anatomy episode. We were transporting a patient back from IR after getting a drain placed, and they coded in the elevator. And my clinical instructor was just like, get up there, start doing compressions, and I'll push the bed back in the room. And the look on my face was just like complete shock. Like, how did this happen? What am I doing here? And that's probably when I started wondering, like, why was there no better way to actually practice the compressions, the algorithms, everything else. And it wasn't until about 5 years ago that I got introduced to like RQI, which is used in the hospitals for healthcare workers to quarterly do a reassessment of their CPR skills, and you take these knowledge tests. And that's when I really started thinking there has to be a better way for people outside of healthcare and in healthcare to be able to practice CPR and the compressions, because it was still limited to a closet or a classroom or something where a mannequin was. And technology has gotten to a point where we can do it better. We can actually be CPR ready, and we can have a society that has it as a second skill, like just second nature. They're able to just be able to know what to do and how to do it and have the confidence to do it. And to be CPR ready is something that I envision for everybody out there. And that's really why I set out to build Practice Perfect CPR, was just so that people anywhere could be CPR ready. And I'm not saying that you don't need to go get a CPR certification. Yes, it's a great thing to have. It is knowledge. It is something that will help empower you in those moments. But sometimes you're not going to have the opportunity to go to the class, get CPR certified, when you're going to need to do CPR in real life. And being able to know how to do hands-only CPR is an invaluable skill, because you don't know who's going to come. You don't know who is going to have that cardiac arrest. And it could be the person sitting next to you on the bus or on the train or walking down the street. It could be in your gym class. It could be at the gym. It could be in your classroom. It could be at college. It could be literally anywhere, and you don't know who it's going to happen to. And the staggering statistic is that 350,000 people every year have a cardiac arrest. And that was what the average was for a long time. But last year, the American Heart said that there was 436,000 that had cardiac arrest outside the hospital. That's almost 100,000 more people in just 1 year. And it's not because we're having a better accuracy of those registries. It's because it's starting to happen more, and we need to learn why, and we need to be prepared, because you aren't going to know. You're not going to get the choice to be a bystander in these situations. You're just going to choose which type of bystander you're going to be. You're going to be the person that's just standing there waiting for someone else to do it. And I can tell you 46% of people that are at these scenes, bystanders, act. Only 46%. That's less than half the people that are there are going to act when someone needs them. And we can do better. And my goal is to have that number of bystanders that chooses to act and chooses to save their fellow human in those situations to be well over 70%. I'm asking to double what the bystander is. And I know that's a huge ask, but it comes from feeling empowered. It's come from feeling confident. just having the basic knowledge to be able to do hands-only CPR is all you need to be able to act in those situations, so that you can choose to be the bystander that helps that person instead of living with regret of not choosing to do that.